Hey guys, really sorry, but I really want to just go ahead and say really quickly before the episode starts that there's not going to be a last time on Persona 4 Arena clip that there usually is at the beginning of each of these episodes. Instead, it's just going to be jumping right in, and I hope you guys will still be able to enjoy it if at all. So yeah, enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in a moment. I am Pump Squatch, hello and welcome back to Persona 4 Arena. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I actually filmed the last episode of this, and yeah, the reason being is that, well, the last time I actually recorded, it just screwed up. I don't know what happened, it just screwed up, okay? So, I'm gonna play it again, gonna get to where I was, and then I'm gonna continue out, which is where I believe that, where Elizabeth said something after we left the Velvet Room, I think. Elizabeth said something, we left it, and we're kind of in the hallway, and that's where we are at the moment. So I'm gonna jump right into it, and I will see you guys back where we left off. See you in a minute, Squatchkins. Not dead! Boom, Yosuke! Okay. Is this where we left off? I can't remember. Let me check. Is this where we left off? I don't remember. I think it is. Let me check really quickly. Yeah, it's been a long time. Persona 4 Arena. Yep, this is the spot. Oh my gosh, 3 months. Yep. This is it. This is. Oh wow. Oh wow. I have not made progress at all, have I? Well, let's get back into it. When I open my eyes again, I'm in the school's hallway. I turn around and see the door to the music room closed behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened, but I think back on what Margaret had told me.
The changes, huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room avoid saying much, what they do have to say always has meaning. Well, it's true that Margaret has said some strange things while I've known her. But she's never said anything meaningless while on duty. I would assume that this would be the case now. I may have to keep her words to heart. In any case, I need to concentrate on this case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind what she said when the time comes. I must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks nothing like the Asagami High I attended, the building seems strangely familiar as I run through it. Teddy had appeared on the monitor in the music room. From the looks of things, he appeared to be behind what was happening. But I'd heard Risei's voice over the school's PA system before my fight with Yosuke. If this school works anything like the real one, I can make a good guess as to where Teddy and Risei are.
It might be the announcement room.
That makes sense. But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in my way wherever I go. It seems that some of these walls don't let anybody through, no matter if they won or lost their fights. Every single time I run into one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my route is already set for me.
I feel like I'm being led somewhere.
But where? I stop for a moment in the hallway, out of the practice building, and mutter to myself while I take a look around. Ah! The cord got caught again! While I take a look around. Who is? No, where are they trying to lead me? At that moment.
Hey, you there! You're one of them participants in that there grab free thing, right?
Maybe? A voice that I don't recognize at all breaks me from my reverie. Revert. Blah! I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise. Whoa!
Whoa! What's the big idea? You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
Really? I almost dismembered my friend. I mean, what? It was an accident, I swear. You got no proof! I turn and see a girl that I've never seen before. Was she part of that crowd? No, she looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinched, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold of her. That may seem like an odd thing to say, but it's what suddenly crosses my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intention of attacking me. I sheathed my sword, but remained cautious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh? You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval. Alright, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Kibosh?
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
I'm trying to act non-threatening, but the girl continues to glare at me. I swear I didn't do it. Please, don't hurt me. Don't glare at me anymore. It's really painful. Who in the world is this girl? She's wearing a Yasugami High uniform. She said something about the student council, but I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in the world that often. You don't encounter people here in this world that often. If a person is here, then they're either a persona user, or a...
Why are you here, by the way? Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I might have put in a little differently. I might have to put it a little differently, but if she can't enter a TV herself, the only possibility is that someone threw her in here. That was what was happening in the murders from last year.
All inside a TV. What kind of nonsense is that?
She's not aware of it. But if she was a persona user, I don't see why she'd hide that fact. If she was trying to keep that from me, then she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Then, does that mean she's a victim after all? I carefully choose my words to avoid provoking the girl and introduce myself.
I'm Yu Narukami. I was a second year at Yasugami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
That's right, this is my armor. How do you like it? It's pretty snazzy, huh? I like it. People call me the swag master.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing. I'm the new student council president. Nice meeting you.
Hello. The student council president. If I'm remembering correctly, the student council elections should have taken place just before the holidays. I have no knowledge of who won any of those elections since I'd left in about before they took place, but that reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the student council last year either. This girl may very well be the president. No reason not to believe her.
Now it's your turn to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you want to be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
It's a long story. Approximately about 100 hours of gameplay if you want to find out actually the whole backstory. But if you just want to know what's going on in the fighting, then I recommend about the 10-hour version. I feel that if I don't explain things very clearly to her, it will only provoke her further. But trying to tell her everything about what's going on here will only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this place is inside a television, and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy, that a friend of mine is likely the one who set this tournament up, and that he is likely going to squeak every time he takes a step. Second, that I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this as well, but they were acting strangely. And third, that my cousin, Nanako, still in elementary school, may have been dragged into this mess. We must protect that goober! The girl calling herself the student council president seems skeptical while I talk, but eventually she sighs.
So if I got this right, you didn't start this, but your friend did.
That's right!
Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
Oh, thank you. No more glaring. Seems that she's somehow grasping the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of politeness, but she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still one more difficult task left at hand. How do I make her understand that this is all within another world? One accessed only by going through the TV screen. She still appears to be energetic, but it doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world, no matter what. What was that?
I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
That's right! Let's go see where it is, what it is, and all that. Making me think my option mattered? Well, it didn't, because we're gonna go find out anyways! Okay, that was weird. We both start running at the same time. I reach my full speed running when something occurs to me. I'm surprised to see this Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in this world would be strenuous for a normal person, but she doesn't even seem out of breath. She's quite impressive. I take a moment to quietly praise the girl running next to me. We burst in the gym where all the noise came from, but there's no one here. For I am here! Wah! Instead, we see huge piles of stacked chairs? Jeez, whoever stacked these is horrible at their job. They need to get fired. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor of the gym, forming huge towers that reach almost to the ceiling. Jeez. Actually, that's kind of... What? Why?
What is this?
Oh no. Who'd go through all this trouble, Miss President said. The girl stares up at the chairs, seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly, the monitor in the gym flickers to life. And as expected, Teddy appears, again in that costume.
Oh, are you on a hot date, Sensei?
Oh boy. Hi, Teddy. Kind of being a jerk right now. Let us all go home.
Well, that's fine with me, of course. But shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting?
Oh, I'll keep my mind on the fighting. Just get over here, you little bear.
Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
He's not saying anything completely straight, but he's obviously hinting that he knows I'm worried about Nanako. Obviously. I know that saving Nanako is important, but I can't leave Miss President here alone and abandon her to this world either. Still, I feel Teddy's words causing me to doubt myself. Miss President raises her voice.
Hey, you! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you? What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council? Pack it in and clean all this up already.
She speaks as fast and clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel like I've come to realize where she gets her courage from. It's the massive ponytail! It's always the hair! That's how anime characters are so strong. The stronger they are, the more fantastic and big their hair is. She truly wishes to protect her school. Her strong awareness of her duty is surpassing her fear. The Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Miss President. It's incredibly detestable. I can't believe that Teddy can even make such a malicious expression.
What's that tiny thing? I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner.
Oh my gosh, Teddy! Why are you being such a savage right now?
Sit, puppy, sit!
Oh my gosh! He has absolutely no intent of dealing with her seriously. Holy cow, what the heck? Miss President turns bright red in humiliation from being brushed off like that. This is enough. I take a step forward to put myself between the monitor and Miss President. Just let it go. Leave this to me. He's mine.
I'll take it from here. It's all right. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss President's lips are trembling. Uh-oh. She must be angry that there's nothing she can do herself. I don't want to let those feelings continue, so I turn to face the Teddy on the monitor.
That was pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
Huh. What's so attractive about a shameless liar like
Oh
her?
my gosh!
Liar. You know something about her?
The way he said that makes it sound as if there's some history between the two of them. But as usual, he doesn't bother to give me any details on the answer.
Come on, Sensei. Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you.
Dang it, Teddy!
With the next challenger, come on down!
Great. Yep, and who's it gonna be this time? After that line, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it's Yukiko who appears. Hi, Yukiko. Hello.
What's the matter?
It's nothing. Are you alright? Has anything odd happened to you?
What? No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in a defensive posture. I feel my shoulders relax in relief as I shift my weight to stand normally. It seems that she hasn't been affected like Yosuke had. I didn't think it'd be that intense. I didn't think I'd been that intense though. Now that's the Yukiko I remember. She's as sharp as always, exactly when we need her. If she's not being confused, then I can immediately ask her for help. I try to explain what I need from her.
Nanako might be in here. I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is. I need you to protect this girl for me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President standing next to me. Yukiko looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her though. But what Yukiko said next was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
Yukiko? I'm not going to help her because I don't know her? Is that really what she's saying? I can understand that she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? It's going to be the same as with Yosuke. That same uncanny sense of wrongness is coming back to me when I hear Yukiko speak.
Yukiko, not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
I don't know. When I try to question her, Yukiko's expression returns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's being controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? At the very least, she doesn't seem enthusiastic about this P1 Grand Prix.
This is probably a trick the enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko. I'd like you to protect this girl for me.
Sorry, but I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish.
Yukiko?
You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
Oh no. I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke, but something must be warping Yukiko's words too. Her words may seem like a sound argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. That's definitely not something Yukiko would say. The real Yukiko would never say something that disrespects the value of life that way. Don't be deluded. Whatever happened to Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details, but Yukiko hasn't had a complete change of heart.
Yukiko.
What the? You could?
When I draw my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me. But I can't answer her right now. If a battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us, then the time to fight is now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals.
I'm gonna find out what's going on with you, Rise. I'm gonna get everyone back.
You're a real bastard with a sister complex. Keep it up and bring 'em all down.
This is over, we're all going home. I ignore the taunts being delivered in Rise's voice. Even if our words are getting through to each other and we have to fight without understanding what's going on, we'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe. Both myself and my friends. I hold my sword to the side to protect Miss President, who is standing behind me.
Sorry, but you need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What happens next will probably surprise her greatly, but I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong her determination is. I glance at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she still gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, it's time to do this. I must end this as quickly as possible.
Persona!
Come, Izanagi! I concentrate all my senses to summon my strength of heart. My persona, Izanagi. If I allow myself to go easy on Yukiko, she will surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. She resisted the idea of protecting Miss President, but she seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling her.
Come, Konohana Sakuya.
Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona, Konohana Sakuya, rises behind her. That's right. The usual Yukiko should have a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me, and I'll make sure we all get home safely. I will save you! This is it.
Finally!
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are taking the stage! What a fierce attack! Looks like they're finally getting serious!
No! Dead! Oh, and the attack hit me as it ended. Fire hurt! I got a ways to go.
The winner is you, Senpai! What an utter thrashing!
I love all this animosity!
Oh my gosh.
These cocky, self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other.
Very interesting statement by this supposed friend here.
That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting my friends, but I now know that there is no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rise have been affected just like Yosuke and Yukiko had. If they are, then there's no use in trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Miss President vents her frustration at Teddy's image on the monitor. But I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he was dragging the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she clearly sympathizes with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed, but proud at the same time. A girl with such great compassion would make a great student council president. It's no wonder she was selected to represent the student body of Yasugami High.
It's alright. Thanks, though.
It's not alright! This is...
She's still worked up, and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is a little too honest. But her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish. Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part.
That's right, the power of friendship in anime is stronger than ever.
I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid. What kind of sensei are you?
The kind that has a sword and will poke you in the face.
I'm warning you now.
You hear that?
If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives.
Ooh.
But if you're an imposter, hiding behind Teddy's face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
By poking you in the face. Teddy scoffs and turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly turning on us without any signs of remorse. That's not like Teddy at all. No, he's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicions. Someone must be taking Teddy's form in order to look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
Oh, Yukiko! Sorry about constantly slashing and poking you with this sword. I immediately rush over to Yukiko's side. Are you alright?
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
No, it's okay. You aren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
I try to pass it off as a joke, and we look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same as they had with Yosuke. It's becoming clear now.
Hey, did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
I'm sorry. That wasn't the real me. Like, no joke, that actually wasn't the real me. I'm not kidding. Trust me, it's complicated. I'll explain later. Yukiko hesitates, as if even remembering it is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way to getting us to fight. But what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter now. Yukiko is still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I don't need to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
Huh? You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
Okay, I can't tell you that. Yukiko, I can't tell you that. That would be a little bit unfair, don't you think?
You sure you want to know?
If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity is in line with the Yukiko I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who's standing behind us. Probably wondering about her personas right about now.
What kind of people are you?
Yep.
Oh, right. We used our personas.
That doesn't exactly give much of an explanation now, does it?
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
Yeah. She did see everything that had just happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduce Miss President and Yukiko to each other, and fill in the parts that I left out of my previous explanation. I tell her about the personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. And I tell her how the scenery here changed according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen our personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it at all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasugami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologizes for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
And that's it in a nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
Yep.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
It's a good point, actually. It's a really good point. That's right. I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons, such as not being able to escape and being unable to protect themselves from shadows, a person's shadow separates from them. The shadows that split off are strongly attached to the original people they come from, and will try to harm them to become their independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought, since Miss President seems so energetic, but it's still possible that this is happening to her as well. I put this together with the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago, and come to a conclusion.
The Teddy who's hosting this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Ah, you! Very clever.
Huh?
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter.
Ah, ha ha ho, ha ha ho.
A fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
Is that a lawnmower outside? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I think that somebody's mowing the lawn outside. Go away! I'm trying to record something! Okay? You gone now? No? Coming back around? Nope, they're going. Cool. That's right. If we both saw an illusion, and at the very... Okay, he's coming back. Come on, man! You know what? That should do it. If we both saw an illusion, then at the very least, the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. On top of that, it can alter what others hear us say and see us do. If it can do that, then I can easily see that our enemy can use that power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question as to why it would take on the appearance of someone it doesn't know. And that also raises the question, why does the lawnmower keep coming back around? I've seen shadows in the past that took on bizarre appearances, but this is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Does this shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadows and another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but she still seems troubled at the thought that she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her that the actions of her shadow aren't her fault, but Miss President rises to her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room.
Hmm?
That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if he came from me, then I gotta own up to the responsibility. As student body president, I can't let this go.
Wow, that's a strong sense of duty this girl has.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on. Show me the door.
Well, dang.
Well...
Her eyes are filled with the fires of determination, just as they had when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of duty say that she will never back down.
Your little cousin's in the announcement room, and you're gonna go save her, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight.
Okay, that's good to know. Alright.
Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
She's not wrong.
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
Oh, wait, what? Hold on! Miss President declares this in a voice that brooks no argument, and takes off running. Yikes. I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. I remember how fast she can run. If I'm going to go after her, I need to go at once, or I'm gonna lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's so much to do. There's so much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off and die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I'd be leaving her alone and tells me to follow the girl whom she'd only just met. This is the exact opposite of the behavior she'd been displaying before the fight. Now that is the Yukiko Magi I know. I'm ashamed that I'd even slightly let myself be confused by the way I heard her speak before, and I answered her. I'll come back for you, no matter what.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Yukiko. Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President through the school. I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate, because the invisible walls are everywhere, but the announcement room is upstairs. That obviously limits the paths she can take. I will catch up to her no matter what. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast, it's almost supernatural. I even begin to think that her path may not be hindered by the walls at all. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not a participant in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video even though she'd been there when I faced off with Yukiko. She wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her would be very difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door opens in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think. But when I consider the timing of its appearance, I can't help but feel that there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach for the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheartedness and close my eyes reflexively. When I open my eyes, I'm seated in my usual position, and Margaret is smiling quietly at me, as if nothing is different. When she sees that I've noticed her, she speaks, as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely points this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I'd figure out a few things about this room, but it seems that there's still some more things for me to learn about it. If time doesn't pass while I'm in this room, then I should concentrate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this then?
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth. There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate. You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial?
I didn't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just said.
Everyone sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Another slight feeling of lightheartedness passes, and I return to the otherworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, and as if it had never been there in the first place. I look up. I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be. But for some reason, my mind is clearly up at it. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now, I immediately see a recognizable feature. Her long ponytail. The source of her power. I found her!
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Here, take this! Miss President turns around in response to my voice, and me throwing my katana, which was a big mistake. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all. And then the katana suddenly cuts off her hair and she loses all of her power and falls to the floor. Dead!
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But now I understand. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective. This is a matter of life
Protective
and death for you.
custody.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
Whew. Good. Let's keep you safe, Miss President. The thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger. But she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She is quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
Sure, go for it.
What is it?
There is a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
It's tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would.
Definitely.
But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight?
No.
Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
That's why we play fighting games. Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloom look in her eyes.
What if you had to kill each other?
That's a serious question. What? Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true, there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim, but...
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
That's right. Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President casts her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? Felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly, it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that, and a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while I walk down the hallway.
you doing?
Oops. I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
Nope.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then.
Mime act? What?
Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters.
Oh, alright, then we, confirmed Yu's suspicion.
This world sure is out there.
Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into. So, that must be the case. As I'd imagined, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course. If General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. The entrance leading us into the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps, worst of all, is that the wall I had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there's walls there too. And the same can be said for the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way I had come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall has formed where I just passed, and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. If I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means...
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
Shut up! Shut up!
Still
It was an
using that
accident!
form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You was getting bold! I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him. Looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
Okay, so who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends? Okay, with the next challenger, come on down!
Let's see. We've had Yosuke, and then we've had Yukiko. So it seemed to be following the pattern of the people that came in with us. The general doesn't pick up on my intention and loudly yells out to what appears to be its pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see? It's... 4 of us entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then that just leaves Chie Satonaka.
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
So, who was she fighting then? Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko. But, as they say, the third time's the charm. I have to see if Chie's in her right mind. I decide that the best way to do that is to be as calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
Yeah, I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right?
Yes, actually, that's right.
Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as
Oh,
the last
shoot.
piece ended, but you're still our good friend.
Oh.
I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends.
Chie?
I had to keep killing over and over, all because of you humans!
This is clearly the Shadow's work. Now this is just obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant, her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of her character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Alright, carnivore was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Heck, I would too. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing, over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts.
That's the Shadow.
Hurts.
President Shadow at that.
Give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
Uh-oh. She's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a Shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could this new student council president of Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared up all the confusion between us.
Let's do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Risei's voice echoes through the area, as if she was waiting for us.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage.
Oh no, are you guys gonna give her like a secret buff or something? That'd be messed up.
Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time?
Shut up! Let's just do this so I can get my friend back! Best girl Chie coming back at you!
Let's get this show on the road. Ready?
Fight! Don't worry, Chie. We're gonna get out of here. We'll all get out of here.
Finally!
Behold Chie Senpai's secret projectile!
Over here!
One side has a slight advantage, although one side is beginning to dominate.
Oh, that hurt!
Has the battle been decided?
Easy mark.
The opponent's still standing.
Boom!
A round of applause for both sides.
Don't you lie to me, you wanted us to die. I know you did. Oh, that's it. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering this was my 3rd time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all!
General Teddy has seen that the fights ended without any injuries, and spits his words through the monitor. The image of the monitor then disappears. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I've come into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left to do is head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe. And then, we'll be able to go home. I walk over to Chie and help her off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish.
I think so.
Man, you were no challenge at all. Oh my gosh, that'd be mean. I know I was messing with Yosuke like that, but dang, come on now. Come on, this is Chie.
Man,
You okay?
you're strong.
Good.
I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
And not much of a difference as you would think. Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet, and then tell her everything that's happened to this point.
So the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Yeah, me too. Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchange smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
We're really good friends. We have been for so long, it's just... yeah, we've been through so much. How couldn't we?
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me. Wait a sec. Who are you?
Oh, yeah, this is Miss President. Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduce Miss President and tell Chie that she may be the victim in this case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours?
Yeah?
That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
What are you
What?
saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
Oh yeah, we never did get her name.
My name...
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange of a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy around her. Chie and I stare a tense glance. Chie and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My... memories...
No,
I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Are you okay? What? Kill one another? I gasp when I hear those words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normally. I glance at Chie and then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Oh no! What? Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms, as if trying to ward off some demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside.
Chie!
What power! I barely managed to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown. What in the world's happening to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way!
What happened? Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. What is she? She was jumping? Okay, if she's clearly not human, but if she's not human, then what is she? For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look up in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change her direction, and lands at a full run.
Wow. Who is that girl?
No kidding.
Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
Especially kicking off the ceiling? I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. GA apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Got it. Her voice is strong and confident. To drive home the point, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I ask GA if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back, "Let me worry about that." I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her. No matter what. Alright guys, I think we've been recording long enough, so I'm going to end it there. Man, the story mode in this game is really good. Man, I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I love this game. I can't rate. I really hope that Persona 4 Arena Ultimax gets backwards compatible too, even if it's not the biggest or most outrageous game out there. I just love these games. So yeah. Thank you all very much for watching, I really do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video or the contents within. If you did, feel free to leave a like and let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments down below. And after this upload goes up, then the next video I will do will be a BlazBlue related video. Thank you guys for just interacting, showing me whether you like it or not, and it's awesome. Yeah, I really look forward to seeing you guys in the future videos of the channel. And yeah, if you want to have notifications of future uploads and streams or whenever they go live, make sure you hit that subscribe button to become a Squatchkin today. Anyways guys, thank you all very much for watching, I really do appreciate it. And as always, I am Pump Squatch. Goodbye.